What's up, guys? It's John, and I wanted to go into tonight's games and, of course, go into tomorrow's. I wanted to go a little earlier because our games are all finished, which is nice early for a change. And we have an earlier game tomorrow. It's a match. It's tennis. Tennis obviously runs a little bit earlier, typically around noon, but there's one tomorrow at like 10, 11 a.m. that I like, so I wanted to go through them all. And we got Rybakina. We plugged this in yesterday, or 2 days ago technically, for her to win the whole thing. So she's got Swiatek tomorrow. So really, we already have money on her. If she wins, then she's most likely going to win the whole thing. So no need to play her twice. We already got one on her. We did finish down 17 yesterday. One of our worst days in a while. Pacific wound up getting beat by like 26, so they made it minus 17. We did plus 15 the day before, so again, not bad. Almost a break even on the week. I think we had a minus 3. But yeah, yesterday and the day before, I take it as a good thing. It's never fun to do a minus 17, but luckily we had done so well the day prior that it was almost a wash, and we had a good night tonight. So definitely in the profit on the week and getting back to just more consistency. Again, tennis really coming through. Of our 3 tennis matches, 2 of them were walkovers, so they got voided. And Echeverry, he was just really cruising to a nice little 2-set victory. He won 6-4. It looked like it was going to happen again. Up like 3 breaks, or 3 break points would have given it to him. And I guess he got hurt, so it voided. The only tennis match that did not get voided of the ones we played was Tommy Paul, and he did win in straight sets. So 2.7 on the day. So not bad. We got Jacksonville under, putting us up 2 units. We were on the winning side of the clip here for Dartmouth, Columbia, so that was nice. That put us up 6 units because that was a leg 3. It was our only actually one of our only leg 3s, but the other one voided. And like I said, that would have been nice because obviously it was going our way, but they go both ways. So anyway, 6 units, 7 units for the over or the under on Niagara. Back to 6 units because Canisius got beat pretty bad. And then we got 2.7 for Tommy Paul because obviously we already counted the minus 1 unit on the leg 1. So we profited a steady 2.7. So 8.7 on the day. Definitely a good day considering we only had 8 plays total, or 7 plays total. So definitely a good day. And like I said, we were looking at 12.7. Unfortunately, again, we got hit with the walkover. And it happened with the other one too, with Swiatek. I don't even know where that match was when they did the walkover. I just woke up and checked and it said walkover. So yeah, when I checked back on Jari, thinking it looked like we were going to get the win, I guess our dude got hurt. So they voided mine as a walkover. But still, 8.7, definitely a good day. Didn't expect, I was expecting, 3, 4 units either way today. So almost 10 units, definitely a good day for not that many plays. And we have more plays tomorrow, probably like twice as many than we did today. A couple tennis that I'll run through real quick because, like I said, they started a little bit earlier. So I'll just run to the bottom. And you see I got a parlay with Steph Curry beating Sabrina and Tommy Paul beating TFO. The reason being, I think more people are going to be on TFO. He was like ranked 6th. He was the highest ranked American not that long ago. I get the surface matters, all that crap, but I just try. We've been doing really good in tennis, just basically taking the lesser of 2 names. So Tommy Paul, I've been waiting for him to get that push too. He always just gets kind of rug pulled. So I think this would be a great time for him to break out. So I got him winning. He's a favorite. So I combined it with Curry winning. He's minus 180. They might make it close. There's no way they're burying Steph Curry. If I didn't hate juice so much, I would suggest just playing like 8 units on Steph Curry to win, 5 units. But we're not going to do anything crazy like that. They might give Sabrina the push, help the WNBA. My logic is there's no way they bury the best 3-point shooter in the history of the league by having him lose to a WNBA player. So I think they make her look good, but there's no way that she comes in and beats Steph. There's guys in the NBA who they don't let beat Steph, so she's not going to beat Steph. So we're looking at about plus 150 there. The other one I love is Diminar to cover Dimitrov. I think right now Grigor Dimitrov is viewed as a much better player. Again, I understand surface matters, all that. But again, we've been doing pretty darn good just fading the better guy. So Deminar is actually a favorite. So what I had to do was take a minus a game. I'm hoping we don't get some nonsense where we win 2 sets by a game and then lose a set by 3 games. We see it all the time. Hoping we just come through and Diminar has a strong showing here. So I'm going to take him minus the 1 game for 4 units. And I'm going to take the guy I've never heard of, Greek Spore, to cover center because 4.5 just seems way too light. So those are our tennis plays. One's going to be a parlay. You could just run Tommy Paul. It's basically a pick 'em, but it's like minus 130. So I threw it in there with the Steph. I think the Steph is a great parlay buster or booster. Maybe it will be a parlay buster. We'll have to see. But that's why I'm not going crazy with it. But I just can't imagine they bury him. So yeah, for our tennis plays, we got a Greek Spore cover in center, 4.5. A Diminar basically winning. That's your whatever you want to choose. I'm taking the minus 1 game to get even odds. And to beat the juice, I'm doing Tommy Paul wins against TFO and Steph Curry wins against Sabrina. Now to run through our basketball plays. Another leg 3 for 4 units. I got Texas A&M Commerce covering Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is really good against the spread. Again, I just don't think we're going to see all these teams in the high 70s as the year comes to an end. I got Long Beach State covering Cal St. Norge. If you've been following the system a while, you know we've been fading Cal State Norge for a while. They dropped into the 60 percentile, and then they climbed back up into the 70s. So we faded them yesterday or 2 days ago, didn't come through. I think, well, it was yesterday actually. I think Long Beach State will come through for us. So just for 1 unit, got them covering. Like this play a little more, George Washington to cover Richmond. Think more people will be on Richmond. I like that 5.5 points. It seems like a nice sweet spot spread. Not all of them, but sometimes where we're getting like 10, 12 points, it feels like it's not a sweet spot. We seem to hit the ones where it's like 4 to 8 points a lot more. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels that way. Pacific covers Zaga. Yes, Pacific's terrible against the spread, but anytime I'm getting over 30 points, if I'm getting over 4 touchdowns, then I'm going to go a little lighter just because I understand the public might just see that many points and take them. You know, maybe in a teaser, something like that. So just for 1 unit, I got Pacific covering Zaga, 30.5. Missouri covers Mississippi. I did play for 2 units. It's 12.5, but Missouri is just awful against the spread. Misses looked really good, so I like this play. I like Old Dominion to win straight up. It's for 4 units. It's a pick 'em. It's a 1-point game, so we're getting a point technically, but way worse record than Georgia State and horrible against the spread. So they kind of fit every metric. So I really like that play. And then I got Arkansas covering Mississippi State. Arkansas sucks against the spread. Again, the 12.5. I made one a leg 2, one a leg 1. I try and look at the points we're getting and factor everything into that. So that's just going to be for 1 unit. IUPUI is garbage against the spread, and Oakland's pretty darn good against the spread. IUPUI is fresh off a loss to the woeful Detroit Mercy Tigers. I think they're the Tigers. But anyway, yeah, I think they're going to. More people will be on Oakland, even with a lot of points. So I'll take IUPUI to cover. Denver, North Dakota State. I'm pretty sure I picked this exact matchup at least once, and it went way over because I remember picking Denver, and it might have been South Dakota State, but they played North Dakota, South Dakota, all those teams, and I know I took North Dakota State, and I think it was another team that goes over, like Lamar or one of those squads, to go under, and they went way over. So Denver's been going over. North Dakota State, they seem to go over a decent bit. So 154.5. I see we get that spread a lot, and we do pretty good on it. 148.5. We always hit. It seems like we actually hit it tonight with Niagara. And 154, 155.5. We hit a lot of the times. So maybe it's something we could pick up for next year. But yeah, there are certain numbers that just seem to hit a lot. Another one's the 135.5. We hit that one today, and it's not our first time. I just remember certain sequences. Now, when you get into the 160s, I got Kentucky going under 164.5, but only for 1 unit because, again, public might see this and say that's a lot of points. You know, you're looking at about 85 points a squad, and that's a lot. So I could definitely see this one going over, so I'm just playing the under for 1 unit. Wright State, same deal. It's over 160, but they go over a lot, so I'll take them under for a unit. West Illinois, East Illinois, both for 1 unit. They're both at 130.5. If they were set like 5-6 points higher, I'd like them a little more. But 130 isn't that high, so just for 1 unit each, got them both going over. And then I got Brunson and Halliburton both winning the 3-point contest. Obviously, they both can't win. I went with the two guys that I thought offered the best value, and they're a nice story. Obviously, Dame winning it makes some sense. Give some hype to Milwaukee going into the playoffs. You got Trey. I looked at him, but I don't. I think Trey's a red herring. And you got Mark Cannon. I had him last year winning because he was at home. So maybe they throw us a swerve. But I got a feeling about Brunson. They're really pushing Brunson to the next level. And Halliburton, I can see them pushing some kind of deal. He plays for the Pacers. They're owned by Larry Bird, obviously. And I just don't think many people are going to be on Halliburton, to be honest. When you think of these 3-point specialists, even though he's got a high percentage, I don't think he jumps to mind. So, yeah, I got Brunson and Halliburton. If either one wins, obviously, it's a nice profit. So just for 1 unit each. And yeah, the tennis plays. So I wanted to cover them at the beginning just to give people as much time as possible. Like I said, they're not like 8 a.m., but they do play like 11 o'clock, I think is when Sinner plays. De Minaur is around the same time. So I wanted to get them out, especially because we've been doing really good with tennis today. Again, not a giant sample size. We've done about 3 matches, like 4 or 5 times now. But I think we've been in the profit every single day because of tennis. Like, I don't think any day tennis was in the net negative. I could be wrong, but we were fading Jobert a couple times, got that. Faded Jari a couple times, got that. We should have got it today, but we had that walkover. We got, a few others. So, small sample size, but definitely should be in the double digits with tennis. And hopefully we continue doing well. I wish we put more on Rybakina, but to be honest, it was kind of late into the tournament anyway. Again, plus 200. I didn't want to go nuts on it. So if she comes through, then that'll be just a nice 2-to-1 profit. And it's really going to be, I was thinking about taking her to beat Swiatek, but she plays so early, a lot of people might not have even seen the pick. And I think, again, I'll just take the 2-to-1 if she gets it. Maybe we should have put a little more on her to win the whole thing. But, again, hindsight's always 20/20. So we'll see what happens there. If she beats Iga, then it would be unfortunate if she lost in the finals. But I'm pretty sure it's the semis here, and then she's playing. Might even be the finals. Who knows? I know they're either in the semis or in the finals. I think it's the semis. But yeah, I think she could definitely beat her, and I think it makes more sense. They kind of have Swiatek, Sabalenka established. I feel like they're trying to establish Rybakina, and Coco's kind of get already established too. But Rybakina just seems like kind of like she's hanging out in the cold. So I have a feeling she's going to get it done. So hopefully that happens. That'll be just 2 units we pick up. I guess we could technically add that to yesterday because that's when we locked it. We locked it yesterday. So it would make yesterday a minus 15. But again, doesn't matter. If she wins, we pick up 2 units, whatever day we want to accredit it to. But yeah, good day today. Like I said, 8.7. Definitely really, especially after the rough day yesterday. Combine this with the 15. And then I think we lost 3 units on Monday or something like that. So we're up very slightly on the week, but we're up a couple units. Which again, if we have a minus 17 day, I can say actually we did it last week. Last week we finished up, I think it was like 7 units, 8 units, and that was with the bludgeoning where we took a 16 unit loss the day of the Super Bowl. So you can see why I like this system. We can take some pretty big bruisings and typically come back pretty strong. So tomorrow we got a decent bit of leg 3s. We got the tennis in play, an important leg 2 because it's a plus 150, as a leg 2. So it basically pays the same as hitting 3 units, and I think Curry's a lock. I really do. I can't imagine he loses. We got Old Dominion's an important one. Texas A&M Commerce important. So college is going to be important tomorrow. The NBA is going to be important. We could get a 7-unit payout, which would be huge. And then, of course, we got tennis going on, too. So, been doing good since we started tennis. That, to me, is a good sign. If you look at tennis versus the other sports, again, very small sample size. But it would lead me to believe, as long as we kind of stay doing what we've been doing on all the other sports, tennis will actually be the X factor coming in to push us even further along than we've been doing. So, hopefully that stays the case. I think as the majors approach, we'll do even better. And yeah, sometimes I just see some traps looking like this Dimitrov one looks like a trap if I've ever seen one. I could be wrong. Again, I'm kind of a casual tennis observer, but I have watched the history. I've watched these guys for a couple years now, so It's not like I'm just looking at like, oh, it's not a top name. But when you have a guy who's been, again, playing top matches with Medi, top matches with Djokovic, talking about Dimitrov, beating top players, very interesting that he's a slight underdog. So, again, you could basically take the pick 'em, but you're going to pay some juice. So I'm just going to take Diminor minus the game and hope that we don't get any crazy shenanigans. And if we don't get that, if as long as Paul comes through, I'm almost positive Steph is going to come through. So that'll be nice. So we got a good bit of units in play with tennis tomorrow and in basketball when you look at the 3-point contest, but most of it's college basketball. So yeah, plus 8.7 today. Again, Echeverry really thought we were going to get that, be up 12.7, which would have been great. Basically, again, between that and the 15, put us really in the driver's seat this week. But still slightly in the positive, which is great. We most weeks were in the positive, which is good to, a good trend. And I'm hoping tomorrow can really swing us into a really good week versus the other way around. So obviously a lot of leg twos, leg threes could be a big day either way. But since tennis has been good to us and we've had a pretty good read on most of these teams, I think we'll have a good day tomorrow. So take care and happy earnings.